right, we're back. Shade 45. Shout out to Nine. What up? It's an all-out show, folks.
Let's go to the phone lines. We got Dominic Cruz on the line. What's up, Dominic Cruz?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
You're going to be fighting TJ Dillashaw for the title this weekend. This is kind of a crazy one for you because you never really lost the title. You just got injured and got stripped. What's your approach with this fight because of that?
Yeah, it sucks, to be honest, because I never really lost in an actual scrap. It just it got taken from me in the mix of all the injuries. I had 3 ACL reconstructions I had to go through. I don't know if you guys watch basketball, but Derrick Rose went through a lot of it too, and he's still trying to come back and get it together. You got Adrian Peterson who's gone through similar stuff. So I just had to revert to other people that have already been through it and use their power, use what they did, and know that I could do it too. And with that mentality, I've been able to get back, and now I'm fighting for the title. It's been a year since my last fight, but I was able to whoop on the last guy, so I plan to do the same thing on this guy.
Do you feel like it was unfair of them to strip the title up from you?
No, man, I was hurt for so long because, you know, each ACL injury you get is like a 9-month rehab. I was 6 months through my first one, and then the cadaver tendon that I put in there rejected to my body. So I was out for another 9 months after that, 6 months. So from a business standpoint, you got to be realistic and understand that they got to run a business and they need to move the champions forward, let the division stay alive. So it's all good, and I just got to go in there and prove to this guy that he's not as good as me, and it'll all work out.
TJ, we just had on, I think 2 days ago, and he said that he plans on retiring you. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, he's silly. I call him Silly Dilly, and that's why he says stupid, silly things all the time. He's a privileged dude. You didn't grow up under the things that I had to. I grew up in Tucson, Arizona, and I just, he just isn't ready, man. I showed him how to fight. That guy needs me to be relevant. He's so vanilla. When you hear that dude talk, it's like talking to a brick wall. They need some flavor in there, man. They need me to get back in there, and I'm the only one that's going to make that full relevance. So he's lucky he's getting a shot to fight me.
Do you feel like you should have taken a tune-up fight, or are you comfortable going straight into fighting Dillashaw?
Nah, there's no tune-ups in this sport. That's the thing. Like in boxing, if you're a boxing fan, you can get kind of tune-up fights. You can be 15-0 and fight a guy with a lesser record. In mixed martial arts, there's so many different ways to win that there's no such thing as a tune-up fight. I mean, my last fight, I was out for over 3 years with these ACL injuries, and I came back and fought a guy who was on a 5-fight win streak, and he was ranked number 5 in my division, and I beat him in under a minute. That guy, there's no tune-up in that. There's no tune-up involved in that whatsoever. He was a top-notch opponent. And so it's like you just got to have the mentality, test yourself in training, and know that you can go out there and do it, and then put it to work. Turn off all your thoughts, turn off your brain, and let your mentality and your reactions take over.
What are your thoughts on how Dillashaw left Team Alpha Male?
Well, I just think that he's just not a loyal person. I mean, I come from a background where loyalty is the only thing that keeps you going. It's, in order to come from where I came from, I had to stay loyal to the people who helped me out. I didn't grow up with a whole lot of money, so there were certain people that were key people in my coming up in my life and having good things in my life now, being able to live in San Diego, everything else, and I stay loyal to those people all the way. Well, that team built him into a championship mentality, into championship form, and he was able to get everything he could from him and just bounce out and leave. It just shows the kind of character he has. He's a two-faced dude. He's kind of fake, and he acts one way when he's on cameras and in front of radio interviews and all this, and then when he turns it off, he turns into a completely different prick. So, just not a big fan of the dude for it.
So this is going to be a good fight because it sounds like you don't really like him as a person.
No, that's basically what it is. I respect him as a fighter. You know what I mean? The dude can fight. He's been bringing it. He's been competing. But as a person, no good, man. He's not a good human.
Damn.
We have a clip if you want to hear what he had to say. Go ahead, play one of them.
I mean, I definitely think it's a little bit of jealousy thing, because he can't do it. He's been sitting out, and for two, that I'm getting so much praise for it. Because when he fought, he got praise for his footwork, but not anywhere near the fights that I've had. The domination of my footwork and me actually putting people away. When his footwork's more to run away, not get hit, and point fight. And so I think he's a little jealous that I'm actually able to use the footwork to be effective and to be an entertaining fighter. I feel like my fights are getting a lot more hyped up than his ever did.
That was when I asked him about getting his style from you. What do you think about that?
Well, the guy is delusional, first of all. I mean, if you ever watch the fights, he didn't ever fight like that until I got hurt. And then you can go back and let's go ahead and reiterate the fact that every single person that I fought on his team, I've beaten. And he was their training partner who had to act like me in order to prepare them for me. And then I went in there and beat him. So there's no jealousy. If you listen to him, everything he talks about is opinionated. There's no true facts. You can't ever really know if somebody's jealous or not. So that's his opinion. And the reason why he believes that is because he's so hyped on himself. He's got those yes men in his ear like, yo, man, you're the greatest. You got way better footwork. You're the best. And it's like he's like eating it up. His chest is blown up. His head is blown up. The guy's just out of his mind. He's delusional. You should hear the embedded episodes that he does. He's like, I'm at an invite-only camp. Thinks he's at like a VIP table in a club getting ready for a fight. Like, he's out of his mind, man. So I just listen to this dude talk. I laugh at him. I call him Silly Dilly. If you watch any of our interviews, he freezes up when he's facing me because he doesn't know what to say. When he's on these radio interviews, when he doesn't have me talking right back at him, he can talk a big game. But when I'm staring at him in his eyes, he cheeses up big. He got nothing to say, nothing.
Dominic Cruz, I'm looking forward to this fight. It's a pleasure talking with you.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be interesting. Any predictions for it?
Yeah, I'm going to whoop his ass.
All right.
Here's a little song for you, man. That's Dominic Cruz. You can catch him this Saturday, y'all. Bucking.
Let's go.
This is the All Out Show on Shade 45.